Hello again, everyone. This is Miss Jackie here, tuning in for another online ukulele video lesson. Just want to start off by saying how good it was to see most of you on Monday for our Zoom private lessons. I'm super proud of everyone for working so hard to keep up the momentum. I know there's been a lot of uncertainty in all of this, but I think seeing all of your practice videos on homeroom and all of the student engagement has been really awesome, so keep up the good work. I posted a practice incentive assignment on homeroom just now, so make sure to give that a look if you haven't already. And yeah, let's get started with our ukulele lesson. We're going to start off with a ukulele fun fact. Did you know that Neil Armstrong, the first astronaut to ever land on the moon, also played the ukulele? When him and the rest of the crew from the Apollo 11 spacecraft returned from the moon, scientists believe that they may have brought back a dangerous germ from space. And so they had to be put in a 21-day quarantine, kind of like the one that we're in now, to make sure that they didn't infect anyone with any space germs. During the quarantine, Neil Armstrong would play his ukulele for him and the rest of the crew to keep everyone entertained. Here are some photos taken in the quarantine center of Neil Armstrong and his ukulele. So first things first, you just want to make sure that your ukulele is in tune. After you've tuned your instrument and everything sounds good, we can get started with the warm-up. So for today, we're going to use a little bit of older repertoire to get ourselves warmed up to learn something new today. So I'm going to play something that we've already learned, and I want you to, before you even play it, just try and guess what you think this is from, which song you think this is from. Do you hear it? I'll play it one more time. How about now? Go tell Aunt Rhody John is sick in bed. G, G, F, E, E, D, C, D, E, C. So if you guessed it, good ear. If not, that's okay. We're going to do a little refresher so that we all are familiar with the song for our warm-up. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure that I'm holding my ukulele properly. We're going to have it tucked into our arm like this for support. We're going to have our robot arm connected. Beep, boop, boop. Robot arm connected to the neck with our thumb behind the fretboard. And we want to make sure that we are keeping it straight against our body like this. We don't want to play it like that because then it kind of looks a little funny, right? And we want to make sure that it's just, imagine that there's like a little stick of glue keeping your ukulele close to your chest. So getting ready to play that portion of the song together, I'm just going to do one quick review of the notes so that you know what we're playing. So listen first and watch my fingers. G, G, F, E, E, D, C, D, E, C. One more time, that's G, G, F, E, E, D, C, D, E, C. Got it? Think we're ready to play it together? Alright, we're going to play it twice together. I'll count us off. 1, 2, here we go. G, G, F, E, E, D, C, D, E, C. Good job. Now we're going to play it one more time. 1, 2, here we go. G, G, F, E, E, D, C, D, E, C. Nice job, everyone. Just double checking that we're doing our rest strokes. So that means alternating walking fingers on the strings, and make sure that we're using the right fingers on the right frets. So when you're playing that G, it's really important that we're using our third finger, and when we're playing the F, we should be using our first finger. And then for the D, second finger, right? Great job, everyone. Moving on to the next warm-up. So for the second part of today's warm-up, we're going to be doing our rest stroke practice, but we're going to try jumping strings. So I know that you guys are really comfortable with doing rest strokes down the strings, but I want to make sure that you're comfortable jumping strings. So going from the G to the E to the C, then down to the A. So that's G, E, C, A. So it's all going to be open strings. And we're going to play each one to the strawberry blueberry rhythm. All right, so let's do it together. I'm going to play just one example all the way through, and then we're going to start together. All right, here we go. I'm going to play it one time through, and then we'll do it together. Strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry. Got it? Okay, let's play it together. Here we go. Strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry. One more time. Here we go. Strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry. It's a little tricky sometimes. You might have gotten a little caught up, but as long as you caught yourself and went to the right strings, nice job. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson. So for today's review, I just want to go over Lightly Row together. We're going to break it down into pieces to make it a little bit easier. So for now, I'm going to play the first part, and you're just going to listen and watch my fingers, and then we'll play the first part together. Here we go. This is my ukulele, this is where I tuck it in. So the notes in that part are G, E, E, F, D, D, C, D, E, F, G, G, G. Okay, let's play it together. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Nice work. If you had a little bit of trouble with that and want to pause the video and practice it a little bit on your own until you can get it to the speed that I was playing, so that you and I are playing like one big ukulele at the same time. That's the goal. All right, so the first part we're going to play one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Nice job. So, I hope that went well. Now we'll move on to the second part of the song. So the next part that we're going to play is really similar to the one that we just played, except there's a few more notes added, and the end is a little bit different. So what I want you to do is just listen as I go through this part that we're going to play together, and I want you to just use your ears and really watch my fingers. I'm going to say the notes as I play them. That way, you'll know what to play when we play it together. All right, here we go. G, E, 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 F. Did you get that? You think you're ready to play it together as one big ukulele? I think you are too. All right, here we go. I'm going to count us off. 1, 2, here we go. Nice job. We're going to play that one more time. I just want to make sure that you're checking in with your form, that your ukulele is tucked into your arm, that your neck is being supported by your robot arm, and that your fingers are curling over the frets like candy cane fingers. See? We don't want to lay our fingers flat against the frets. We want to have them curled. All right, let's do that one more time. 1, 2, here we go. Nice job. All right, moving on to the last part of the song. So for the last part of the song, I find it pretty easy because it's just the C major scale going sequentially. So let's get started. I'm going to play it one time through and say the notes, and then we'll do it together. So watch my fingers. D, 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 E, F, E, 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 F, G. All right, let's do that together. 1, 2, here we go. D, 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 E, F, E, 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 F, G. Nice job. One more time. 1, 2, here we go. D, 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 E, F, E, 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 F, G. Good job. And then the last part, you already know. It's G, E, 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 F, D, 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 C, E, G, G, E, E, E. So let's play that last part one more time. 1, 2, here we go. Nice job! We just got through all of Lightly Row for our review, so I hope that was helpful. I hope you're feeling ready to move on. We're going to learn some chords today since we've been doing alternate strumming in our online video lessons. Alternate strumming, that's down and up, down and up. So we're going to learn some more chords so that you guys have some more material to practice while you're doing your alternate strumming at home, and you can even write your own songs. All right, let's keep it moving. So the first new chord we're going to learn is A minor. A minor is played with one finger. It's going to be your medio finger, your middle finger, and it's going to go on the G string 2nd fret. So one thing with chords that's really important is that you're using the right fingers because it makes transitioning between the chords much easier than having to rearrange all your fingers. So really important that you use your 2nd finger there, and the A minor chord sounds like this. That's what A minor sounds like. Another thing that's really important is really make sure that your fingers are curled. So what we're going to do is we're going to strum together, all right? I'm going to show you the tempo, and then we're going to alternate strum, holding that A minor chord down. You want to make sure that all of the strings are ringing out nice and clear, because if your finger is held down flat like that, it changes the sound of the chord. So it's really important that you're only touching that string. All right, here we go. We're going to strum alternate strumming together. Good job. So one thing about strumming that I mentioned in our online lessons that's really important is to make sure that you're not using your whole arm. You don't want to use your whole arm to strum, because then the back of your ukulele doesn't have any support. So really you just want to try and get used to using your wrist to strum. See how I'm kind of flicking my hand almost? Flicking my wrist? And then using just this one finger to hit all the strings. So just keep practicing that motion. It'll get easier the more you do it. But that chord that we just played was A minor. So now we're going to move along to A major. Here we go. Now the A major chord is really similar to the A minor chord, except this one uses two fingers. So you're going to keep that middle finger, your second finger, on the G string second fret, but you're going to put your first finger on the first fret of the string below. So the second finger is on the second fret of the G string, and the first finger is on the first fret of the C string. So it's going to sound like this. You're going to hold both of them down. See how my fingers are holding both of those strings down? And it's really important that you're only touching those strings. You don't want to be touching the strings below. So curl your fingers and then make sure that the chord is ringing out nice and loud. It's going to sound like this. So do you hear how the two chords, A minor and A major, sound really similar? Here's A minor, and here's A major. A major sounds a little bit happier, like it sounds like something you would hear on a nice sunny day. Walking outside on a sunny day. And then the clouds come and it starts to rain, and A minor is a little bit sadder. It sounds like this. Then the sun comes back out, and A major. So they're really similar, and A major is just adding another finger. So let's play it together, all right? I'm going to start strumming, alternate strumming, down and up. And I just want you to play along with the video. Here we go. Now, extra challenge level 2. We're going to try switching between A minor and A major. So you're going to start with A major. And then when you see me take my first finger off, that's when you know we're switching to A minor, okay? So here we go. Try and keep up. Starting with A major. Nice job, everyone. You just learned 2 chords. So the next chord we're going to learn is A7. A7 is also very similar to the other two that we played, except this time, if you're starting from A major, instead of taking off your first finger to go to A minor, you're going to take off your second finger. And it's going to be the first fret of the C string. It's going to sound like this. A7 is a little bit more of a bluesy chord, like it sounds a little bit more bluesy than A major, and it sounds definitely happier than A minor. So let's try strumming that together, just that chord. All right, let's try playing along to the video. Alternate strumming, going down and up, using our first finger to strum, and making sure that you're curling your finger. That way, you're not touching any of the other strings. All right, here we go. All right, let's take all those three chords that we just learned, and let's try alternating between them. So I'm going to say what chord we're switching to, and if it takes you a little longer to switch, that's okay, because we just learned them. But just listen to what chord I say we're going to play, and watch my fingers if you get lost. Remember, just to review, A major has your middle finger, your second finger on the second finger on the second fret of the G string, first finger on the first fret of the C string, that's A major. A minor is just your second finger on the second fret of the G string, and A7 is just your first finger on the first fret of the C string. So here we go. Let's start with A major. A minor. A minor. Now A7. Now back to A major. Now A minor. A7. Let's make sure when we're strumming that we have a loose wrist and that we're not using our whole arm to strum. We just want to have our arms still connected, just using our wrist, a nice loose wrist. All right, so those are 3 new chords that you just learned, and you can arrange those chords in whatever way you want. If you want to write your own song, you can alternate them and play around with the strumming, whatever way you want. So for practicing this week, I really want you guys to focus on getting that alternate strumming down, up and down, making sure you have a loose wrist and that your fingers are curled when you're holding down your chords. So for an extra challenge, I'm going to show you guys one more chord. If you want to have some more chords in your library to write songs, here is F major. So F major is another chord that uses 2 fingers, and you're going to keep your second finger on the second fret of the G string, but you're going to have your first finger on the first fret of the E string this time, not the C string. So it's a little bit more of a stretch. This right here would be A major, but if you move your first finger down and keep your second finger where it is, that's F major. So I'm going to do just a little bit of switching between F major and A major. And that way you can have something to practice to when you want to switch between the two chords. Here we go. Starting with F major. That's A major, F major, A major, F major, A major, F major, nice job. And if you want an extra challenge, you can try switching between F major, A minor, A7, and A major. So that is something you guys can work on this week. Try writing your own songs, playing around with it, having fun. And that is all the new material I have for you today. I look forward to seeing everyone on Monday for private Zoom lessons. And if I don't see you then I look forward to doing another video with you guys next week. I hope that everyone is staying healthy and trying their best to have fun in the middle of all this. Now is a great time to, like I said, really buckle down on practicing your instrument. And for practice incentives this week, I am doing from now until Sunday, for every practice video that you post on Homeroom, you get double the stickers. So if you post one video, you'll get 2 stickers added to your sticker collage sheet. If you post 2 videos, you'll get 4 stickers added. So that is a little bit of extra incentive for you to post some rehearsal videos. I added something on Homeroom of some things that you can choose from to practice, to record yourself practicing. If you want to try incorporating some of these new chords that we learned today, so that A major, that A7, A minor, or F major, feel free to do that. I would love to see you guys playing those new chords. And yeah, everyone have a great rest of your week. See ya.